What's up, savages? You are watching the RandomCoin Mining Show, where we mine a different GPU-mineable coin every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have to admit, this one exhausted me, but we're gonna still attack this thing. Let's see here. It is Wednesday it's April 10th, 2019. And thanks so much to everyone that likes, subscribes, shares the videos and all that stuff. It really means a lot. Helps out the channel quite a bit. You guys are awesome, and it is much appreciated. Going to speed things up like I have been here in the past. This one is going to be a doozy for sure. This was a monster. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the market. I'm just going to throw this up here just so that we can document what it is for today. Not a whole lot of craziness. And as far as, let's do this, I'm going to go ahead and filter by non-mineable. Because this is a mining show, right? We're more concerned with that kind of stuff. So there's your top 10. And some of these aren't, like we talked about before, like Tron's not mineable. I don't know why it shows up like that. It looks like, I don't know why it's like that, but it is. So, not too much crazy stuff. Bitcoin SV is up a little bit, and Bitcoin itself is up a little bit. Look at the top gainer, Packcoin. Wow! I wasn't expecting to see that. Zellcash killing it. That is awesome. I'm really happy to see that. That is super cool. That's such a great project. Let's see here. Timecoin. This one we've done a video on that one before. I want to say that maybe John McAfee tweeted something about this, I believe, today. So I don't know if maybe that's where it's getting a little bit of a pump from. And then we've also done a video on Bitcore, so it's nice to see some of these coins that I have done videos on actually pumping pretty hard, so that's nice. Let's look at some losers here. Linda Coin, this thing right here, ABBC coin, is just on a wild ride. That is like a freaking roller coaster, man. Every day it's down 20%, up 20%. It's nuts. Let's see here. A lot of these I don't even know what they are. Turtle Coin's down a little bit. Raven Coin's down a little bit. Alright. We've definitely done a Raven Coin video and a Turtle Coin video before. So there is a quick look at the market. I'm not really interacting with the chat just yet. I will look at that in a moment, see who all's in here. Let's go in here and look at some of our favorite coins. Let's look at Aeon. Down a little bit, hovering around 20%. Not bad. Let's look at Raven, which we kind of already did. Down 6%. Look at Conceal Coin. Hanging around 16 cents. Not too bad. And then everybody's favorite, Bitcoin Diamond. Maybe. BCD? Is that it? Yeah. And it's up a little bit, 4%, not too bad. Alright, so let's take a look at what to mine. Not the greatest source as far as profitability and stuff, especially if you're spec mining like pretty much everybody is these days. But it still gives you a pretty good gauge. I mean, like, for example, if you have been mining Raven since the beginning, then this is pretty nice to see this, right? At the top. Now, if you're just now mining Raven, you're not going to get as much of a return as the folks that have been here the longest, right? But this is for a specific rig. This is for Kessel, so I've got, actually I don't have anything selected here. Why not? It's got two 1070s, two 1070 Ti's, and two 1080s. So let's calculate that again. Still about the same, looks like. So Raven's at the top, Bitcore, Suka, and Zcoin. Nice to see those up there. Aeon's up there pretty high. Grin, Aeternity. Hey, look at that. So that is pretty cool. All right, and as far as AMD goes, we'll just do a regular 8 RX 580 rig, see what it's looking like. Ethereum Classic's doing well, really well. Dubai Coin, Callisto, Metaverse. I tried to do a video on Callisto before. I have done a video on Metaverse and Ethereum Classic a couple times. BitTube is up there, Expanse. A lot of the usual characters up there. Alright, so if you, oh yeah, what am I mining? I am currently mining. This rig right here is acting crazy still. I got it working, and I just recently, I think I probably need to power it down because I was trying to mine AE on it and Eternity, and it was kind of going crazy. I think I don't know why it happens, but sometimes the GPUs error out and I have to, hard power cycle it. So that's what I just did. Let's see here. So I am mining on the Nvidia rig because I was playing around with it. Like I was saying, this is going to be crazy because getting a wallet and all that stuff was the hardest part. Usually that's kind of like the easy part, but getting the wallet and getting things set up to where you could actually mine, it was a little bit of a challenge for me. So so I just left it mining it, right? I was hoping to maybe be able to see some statistics on the pool, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to do that. I don't know. It wasn't showing up before, so maybe by now it is. But and then on the shared rigs, the co-owned rigs, I'm still mining Conceal Coin over there. They're both RX 580s, 8 GPU rigs. So still doing that over there, doing well with that. They're super solid over here. I mean, hash rate doesn't change much, and I'm just letting them eat. They're just doing well over there. These, I always am messing around with these two rigs right here. So, there's no telling. Because I have to do this for the show. I have to research some stuff, and then, but other than that, I've kind of left them on the same coins. I've been mining Aeon and CCX on these two as well. I mean Aeon on the Nvidia and CCX on the AMD rig. So if you like video content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And if you like random crypto thoughts along with polls and things like that to determine what we're going to be mining on the show, then you need to follow me on Twitter. I know I say this all the time. I really hate to throw you guys off on another platform, but the way things are set up, I like the interaction with Twitter because I can't get that with YouTube right now, right? Because I don't have the community capabilities and things like that. So so you have to follow me over on Twitter, and then I interact with you guys over there. I do the poll for what we're going to mine that night, and today that was Eternity. They won the poll. I think I'm saying that right. They were up against CCX and placeholders, which is kind of funny because placeholders, the only reason that I put placeholders on here is because they were at the top of one of the coin calculators. I think it was this one. Let's go see if it's still over here. Yeah, see, it's still way up there. So this is another example of what you would see spec mining. If you're spec mining just from general usage, I think that coin calculators is a little bit better because they do really low market cap right here. See this little button right here, or the little switch slider. So they do low market cap, and that's where you get things like Spider and placeholder swap and all this stuff. So it is, these over here on what to mine seem to be a lot higher market cap, in my opinion. So I think that's the way it works. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not checking the chat, so y'all are probably yelling at me. But nonetheless, this is where you would end up seeing a few more coins that you could possibly mine, and that's where I came up with placeholders for the actual poll. They didn't win because probably nobody knows what it is, but that's okay. In the future, me and one of my Costa Crypto, I think is his name. I can't remember the actual name. We were chatting about this earlier, and I think I'm going to start, instead of comparing up or putting a poll with, you know, a large market cap and small market cap, you know, get some kind of similar coins instead of way out to lunch. Like if I was to put, you know, Ethereum versus placeholders, then obviously, I mean, Ethereum's going to just dominate that, especially if I tag like I do here, where I tag their Twitter and then they retweet it, and then it gets, you know, out to their community, and then I get hundreds or thousands of votes on the poll, and then, you know, it's just going to destroy it. So it's got to do with following and things like that. So I'm going to start trying to match them up a little bit better instead of so wildly different, right? So there you go. That is that. So don't forget to follow me over here on Twitter. And also be sure to hit the like button on this video, especially if you're watching it after the fact, and, you know, leave some comments and let's get some things going in the chat. I'm not looking at the chat right now, so just give me a minute and I will be over there. But basically in this show we have a list of over 100 GPU mineable coins. Right now we're at 139 or so, and I usually pick 3 interesting ones, or ones that I have looked at in the past from the list that I thought about maybe mining. And you can kind of see that in this, you know, in my videos this week, or in the past 5 days anyway. You know, you got Masari, Loki, Lethian, and then today Aeternity. So you know, you can kind of see the pattern here with things that are interesting. A lot of them are going to be privacy coins, crypto protocol coins that I'm interested in. But sometimes I'll just go to, in order to figure out what to mine, or what I can add to the poll, I'll go to what to mine or coin calculators and try to figure out what's going on out there and what's popular. So trying to get some things that I was getting really burnt out, guys, on the whole completely random. I mean, we were landing on some true shit coins, and it was hard for me to put the time into researching it, right? It was rough. So I changed the format a little bit, and now I'm geared more towards, hey, this is probably going to be interesting and it might be valuable in the future. And, you know, they have a future, right? And it's not just a copy and paste and you know, all that stuff. So that's the reason that I've kind of changed the format into things that are a little bit more interesting. But the side effect of that is that it actually takes me more time, because I want to know a little bit more about the project. In the past, it was like boom, random, boom, here's, all right, as long as it's got a pool, I'm good to go. We'll do it on the show, whatever it is, right? Now I'm a little bit more interested in it, so it takes more time to prep, right? Now in this case, I got wrapped around the axle whenever it came to the wallet and getting I started trying to mine it in HiveOS, Aeternity, and was getting all kinds of errors. Normally they were based on like a username, a problem with the username or address, right? With the different pools. I tried a bunch of different pools. I tried, not a bunch because there's not that many, but I tried a few, and I ended up coming up with about the same symptom. And come to find out, it was the address, because I was trying to use the token address from Zelcore, because I was trying to use the Zelcore desktop wallet, the receiving address in there, and that's not going to work. But we'll get into that in a little bit. So let me check the chat and see what is going on. Clearly, you guys can see that, you know, Eternity was the one that won today. So pretty obvious. Plus, it was in my tweet as well. So let me check the chat, see who all's in here. What's going on, guys? Crypto Z, what's up, man? Motorcycles Vancouver, awesome. I don't know about that, man. That's not great. That's not a great comment there. I dig big blocks. What's up, man? Standing Man, what's going on? Jason, yes. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, Jason. It's killing me. Like I said, though, I was actually talking to somebody on Twitter. I think what I'm going to have to do is probably just do a standalone video on it. What's up, Buried One? Thanks for stopping in. That's awesome. A little celebrity action in the house. I like it. Yeah, very cool. I appreciate it a lot. So, yeah, I was trying, but Crypto Casca, I forget his name. I think that's right. He was we were talking about it, and you know, the problem is that I was matching up large cap with small cap, you know. So that's what the situation really was. It was more of a just me, you know, not looking deep enough into it and figuring out, hey, you know, let's get similar coins, right? It's going to be kind of hard to do that on the mining side. Now you can get similar coins very easily with market cap, just looking at market cap, but you know, what if you can't mine it, right? It's not going to work for the show. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge, but we will we'll get through it. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Barry One. I appreciate that, man. All right, so where are we at? We are needing to. We're caught up with the chat, so that's good. I'm not going to show y'all how to collect all the data. I already did it, right? You know, we go through this every single night. So here's what the data was, the problem that I ran into. Well, we'll just kind of go through it. So it's Aeternity, AE is the ticker, and it is using the Cuckoo cycle algorithm. The value of Aeternity right now is 62 cents. Let's go look at some charts. Let's get a little bit more into Aeternity, because this is really an interesting project. There's no doubt about it. I like it, and it does show up on what to mine and you know, profitability calculators from time to time. So I mean, it is on there right now, right? If you go searching for Nvidia type stuff, you know, it does show up on here. So you know, it bounces around. I don't know if, I think there's been a few times that I've seen it at the very top as the most profitable for that day. But I mean, look, a 6 GPU 10 series rig getting $1.51 after power is not terrible right now. You know, it's not terrible at all. Not quite as good as Ravencoin, but hey, so there you go. All right, so let's look at, I was going to look at profitability or value here. Let's look at a chart real quick. So if you believe in this project, right, this is something I like to say. If you believed in the project back here, whenever it was almost $5, and you know, you believed in it, you thought that you know, it was a great project or whatever, you were interested in the developers, you were interested in all the capabilities and things that it brought to the table in this crypto space of ours, and you liked it at $4.91, then you got to really love it at 63 cents, right? So, and it was all the way down to, I think it got down into the 30s, low 30s here, or mid 30s. So, you know, I'm not a TA guy at all, but whenever I look at a chart like this, and especially because it hit its peak, it wasn't even at the peak of the market, right? I mean, this was May of 18 of last year. I mean, it was kind of like mid-year, right? So, you know, it doesn't coincide directly with the run up. I mean, this back here is, right? This initial run up. But then after that, it kind of dumped, and then it ran up all by itself without much news. So as far as like the overall market news. So I'm thinking that, I mean, I don't know, man. I look at this, I see that, you know, if you still believe in the project, and they've got a ton of, you know, high name or popular or well-known developers, right? You know, so I'm thinking that, I don't know, it's undervalued for sure, in my opinion. But this is not financial advice, not mining advice. You do whatever you got to do, but this is seems like it's a pretty good project, and a chart that looks like it has a lot of room to run. All right, so that is it for my weak ass technical analysis. All right. Like you saw, it is on what to mine. We're going to get to that. We'll probably come back to it once we start going through the mining stuff. And Bitcoin Talk thread is here. All this will be in the video description after the fact, right? It was announced on 29 December of 16, which was pretty cool because that kind of makes it an OG kind of coin, right? It lasted all through 2017 and 2018. And it's one of those projects that if you know, they originally had an ICO and they've done some transition from an ERC20 token to its own mainnet. I think that was in the middle of last year. Actually, you know what? That might be what coincides with that spike, was whenever they launched their mainnet, because I believe it was during that time. So don't know for sure. Again, I got wrapped around the axle with the whole wallet thing and the mining address, so I didn't get to do as much real research as I wanted to. Their website is Aeternity.com. Let's go ahead, and I don't think I have it up yet. They've got a nice site. They've got, really nice website, in my opinion. So let's talk about, I've got some notes here. Let me go back to my notes, and we will talk about a little bit about what they do here. Let me get my cams off here. So what is Aeternity? It is a blockchain platform that believes most transactions can be done off-chain, making the blockchain itself super efficient, right? Now, other projects have done side channels and things like that in the past, but they usually come after the project is launched, and Aeternity is actually doing it from the very beginning, so everything is nice and clean and lean and efficient, right? So they're doing it right out of the gate. They're also looking at real-world interfacing with smart contracts, scalable smart contracts interfacing with real-world data. And the example that they give, or someone gave on one of the articles I was looking at, was the fact that, for instance, someone may want to purchase a ticket to an event, but not if it rains on the day of the event. And an ideal system would be able to process the payment for the ticket only when it is known that it is not raining, right? So that is the smart contracts interacting with humans, possibly, in order to determine whether or not the smart contract can be fulfilled, right? They also propose an Oracle system, which consists of a combination of two proposed methods. One is non-human source, such as like sensors, like a rain sensor in that case, right? That can provide data to the blockchain without human intervention. So that's kind of cool. So that's a rain sensor. If it was placed at the venue for an event, then whether or not it was raining, it could be broadcast to the blockchain, and the transactions that rely on that information could then be processed. I mean, that's super cool, right? And I'm sure that there's a ton of other projects that are looking at things like that, but that is kind of neat. Another way for oracles to gather information is by human consensus, like users can post yes or no questions to the blockchain with deadlines, and users can vote for one of two outcomes, and in most cases must prove their stake in the outcome by paying Aeon for the right to be heard, right? The answer with the higher consensus is then considered to be true. So that's something that oracles can do. Kind of cool, interfacing with real world data. The third problem, those are the first two problems. The third problem that Aeternity hopes to solve is consensus when it comes to developing the blockchain and ecosystem itself. Other blockchains have struggled. I'm reading this from an article here. Other blockchains have struggled with concerns over mining centralization with proof of work algorithms. And others have struggled with concerns over control being seized by those with more wealth in the case of proof of stake, right? Because proof of stake basically says, hey, if you got all this money, you can buy all these coins, lock them up, and then now you have a bigger say-so in what happens on the network, which is not really fair. It's not distributed, right? So Aeternity proposes a hybrid of both proof of work and proof of stake in the hopes that they can counterbalance each other. So that's just a little bit about what Aeternity is. Kind of a cool project for sure. I'll let this zip through here for a second. Slow it down a little bit. Now they do have this scientific white paper, which I can just tell from these two pages right here that they have shown that it would not be something that I would read. Oh, geez. Now, I didn't get to the part where I lay out all the specifics of the coin and things like that. I don't even know, honestly, I don't think it's on their website. If it is, I did not see it. So I would probably have to dig a little bit to get that information. I might be able to find some of it on what to mine as far as block times and things like that. So here's some use cases. Cool stuff. And like I was saying, they have a ton of developers and founders and team members and all that stuff. And then one of the ones that stood out to me is Trump, which has a lot to do with Cuckoo cycle algorithm. He's just an advisor, but still kind of cool that he's involved in it. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can find out a little bit more about the coin itself. Let me come over here to... So right now it's got a 2-minute 58-second block time. Market cap 159 million. Yeah, totally not fair to put that up against CCX, I don't believe. CCX isn't in here, I don't believe, no. I just want to do a quick look here, see what we're dealing with as far as, that's not right. Yeah, see, market cap of 549,000. So, yeah, that's not really fair. All right. Point made. I'll fix that in future polls, or I'll try to. I don't know. With the whole mining thing, it's going to be kind of tough. Good grief, man! It's 9:58. I've been talking that long. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Jeez. Well, I guess maybe the reason is I'm already mining it, right? So let's just do another one. We'll do a quick wallet here real quick in HiveOS. Yeah, sorry, golly, man, I was getting off on the tangent there a little bit. So I wanted to talk about the wallet. All right, the wallet. I actually am going to put this link over here, right here, that talks about this is a mining tutorial from F2Pool. Okay. And you have to, from what I can tell, all right, I'm not 100% sure because I didn't get too far into it, but from what I can tell, you have to have the AirGap mobile wallet in order to successfully mine this coin, okay? And I've got it on my phone here. I was going to bring it up if I can, if I have time. So you have to get this wallet, and it is on iOS and on Android. And the address, the part that tripped me up, okay, was the fact that I have Aeternity in the Zelcore desktop wallet, but that address it kept returning a bunch of errors, like, hey, I can't, the pools were saying invalid username or invalid address and things like that. So once I got digging into it, and I found it all on this this link right here, which I'll put in the description, it talked about the AirGap mobile wallet. And a real address that you can mine to for Aeternity has to start with AK underscore, right? So if you don't see that, if you have a 01X, 0x address, that's the token, the ERC20 token. It's not going to work to mine to it, right? Kind of makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. But whenever you have a wallet that has an address, I mean, you think that, hey, I've mined to other coins in this wallet. Why can't I mine to this one? But it doesn't really work that way. So So you have to use an AK underscore address apparently. From the little bit of research that I did, that's what I found out. So we're going to go and enter a name of AE underscore YouTube. I don't think that AE is one of these that's supported by the wallet feature yet. So now we have a new wallet, right? And where is it? Yeah, there it is at the bottom. And then for a flight sheet, now as far as Nvidia goes, it seems like the best miner is actually NBMiner. I think that this is going to default to GMiner, I believe. So the pool I used was F2 pool, and I believe that you have to have an account with those guys. So if you go to F2 pool, you know, you have to. It's similar to Supernova a little bit. You have to have an account, log on. I never saw any data, my miner stats or anything like that. I never saw that, but I was doing it right before the show, so I might have been messing something up. But we're going to choose F2 pool here. We'll choose EU, and then since we chose a pool that was already in HiveOS, whenever we click on the miner down drop down, it lists the three that are recommended for this particular algorithm. Now, like I was saying, if you're using Nvidia GPUs, I think that from what I can tell, NBMiner is the best. So you have to click on Show All and then go and find NBMiner. And this is Nvidia only. And then set up miner config. I think I had to change this as well. Yeah, see, for some reason it just says Cuckoo, right? So that's what it defaults to. That's not going to work, I don't think. I think you have to come down here and choose Cuckoo AE. So it's not the default, right? And then for the wallet and worker, I believe you can put, if the wallet is correct in the wallet, then you're good here, and then you can put a name, which actually I think you might be able to use it like this. I don't know for sure. We're going to find out here. We're going to go a little bit over, so we won't be over in BrandonCoin right away, but we will get over there. And then the pool URL, because we have selected to configure in miner, we have to actually go out there and get the pool URL. So we'll go to mining pool stats.stream, and we'll type in AE. Go look at AE pools, and the one that I was using before is F2 pool. So this is the one I have an account with. You can see right here, already logged in. And I believe, okay, so this is not AE. So we have to go to labs, because if you just stay on main right here, it's not going to show up. So you have to click on labs, and then down here you'll see AE right here. So you can click on that, and then that'll give you the primary URL and the port number. So you just copy that. I think that's what I have on the spreadsheet. Yeah, 7898. Yep. So that is cool there. And then we have to put that into the flight sheet like that. I believe the password can just be X. And then no other options are really necessary at this time. So we click on apply. We'll give it a name of AE underscore YouTube, and then create the flight sheet. Hey, what's up, Shuby? Crypto Sweeper, what's up, man? All right, now that one is this one right here. You can see all these four different ones that I created earlier because I was testing the different miners. You can see right here, NBMiner, GMiner, CryptoDredge, and BMiner. With BMiner, this rig, which is 6 GPUs, 10 series, 2 1070s, 2 1070 Ti's, 2 1080s. With BMiner, it was getting 23.52. With CryptoDredge, it was getting 22.37. And then GMiner, it was getting 29.39. But with NBMiner, it was getting 30.06. Now, I know I wasn't testing for a long time or anything. That was just a few minutes. So I don't know how incredibly accurate it is. It's probably not, but it does give you a kind of an indication, like right off the bat with what's going on. So I would recommend NBMiner. So let's go over here to workers, and we are going to assign, and that, so you can see right here, that's actually what I currently have, what I'm currently using, NBMiner, and it's getting 30.14, which is a little bit more than I was getting earlier. So, but just to prove this, I'm going to put a check mark there to select that rig, and if you want to know what the hardware is for that rig, it's right here. So I'll let you look at that for a second while I take a drink. Not alcoholic drink. All right, so that is the hardware that we're using. And then we will go over to the flight sheet, the rocket. We're gonna filter on AE, and we're gonna choose the one that says YouTube, not SavageMine, right? So this is the one that we just created, real time there. So we're gonna click apply. And then what you should see back here behind me is you should see the rig restart, not restart, but it's just reloading the miner. All right. Let's do a refresh. Probably take a minute. Yeah, it's actually already running over here. It takes a second to show up on Hive though. Oh wow, 5? What? That's not right. That's not right. All right, there we go. All right, so another refresh got it back up to 30.46. So let me show you that a little bit closer here. We'll get into the Hive shell so I can show you that. We'll head over to BrandonCoin in just a minute. I'm not sure. I'm sure he's live, so I'm not getting notifications from him anymore from YouTube for his channel. I don't know why. I've subscribed and resubscribed and re-notified and all that stuff, and it just doesn't work. So here we go. So we're getting the accepted shares, looking pretty good. And it is Cuckoo cycle, so it's doing the graphs per second, right? GPS. So that looks pretty strong. And if we go back over here, we're looking at 30.37, not bad. Let me show you the overclock settings that I currently have. Actually, it would be easier to do it this way. Whoops, my bad. Still a little new to Hive OS. Okay, so I've got core at 100, mem at 1000, and power at 120 on all of them. I did a little bit of research on Overcooked Panda's website for overclocks. Not website, but it's hanging off of coin2mine.today, I think. So over there on the left, there's overclock settings. So I went there just searching for basically. I think I started with 1070, and I might have looked at 1070 Ti, and these are the recommended for Ti, I believe. And I just throw the same one on there. Of course, there's fine tuning and stuff like that, but as long as I'm getting what to mine is saying I should be getting or about getting for that particular algorithm, then, like I've said before, man, I'll just let it eat, right? I'm not going to get that much more out of it. So why am I going to sit here and, fine tune to get 0.01 more graphs per second, right? It's kind of silly to me to waste all that time and troubleshooting. Now, if I have a boring Saturday or something like that, maybe I'll sit here and kind of goof around with it. But I mean, look, it says right here with this particular rig, I should be getting about 30, and I'm getting, like you saw, 30, where's it at? 30.37. So yeah, I could probably bump up the power a little bit maybe and get a few more out of it, but you know, for what? Because I'm going to be paying more in electricity. So I don't know. I think I'm good with that. All right, guys. So that is going to wrap it up. Man, this was a good one. I'm sorry that I didn't show you more on the wallet, but just look at this link right here. Whenever I post it in the description, I actually added this line right here because this tutorial kind of walks you through the whole wallet situation and stuff like that. It was a bear because I've never had that situation before where, you know, I've got my Zelcore desktop wallet was fine. I could probably send Aeternity to it, I would assume, but whenever you try to mine to it on the pools, all the pools are waiting on an AK underscore address apparently. So because as soon as I got this address and plugged it into the exact same miner configuration, it worked. So, you know, I guess that's what it was waiting on. So I'll paste all this into the video description, and I'm going to head over to BrandonCoin's live stream. I will see you guys over there. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Buried One, for showing up, man. That's awesome. Really cool for you to stop in here. That was awesome. You guys are great. I'm so glad that I get to do this every day. This is so much fun, and this one was actually super fun because it was a real challenge. Like I said in my tweet, this one's going to be difficult. But if you have any questions about the wallet thing, just hit me up on Twitter. Most likely is the best place to hit me up on, and or in the comments of this video. That'll work as well. I'll see you guys over in BrandonCoin. Thanks all, everybody. Make sure you hit the like on the way out and all that stuff. And you know, thanks for you know, the chat, and go ahead and hit me up in the comments as well. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow night, same time, same channel, all that stuff. Stay savage.